Hi everybody, happy Tuesday. This is Tracing Roots, Telling Tales Tuesday, Genealogy with Donna, episode 26. How are you doing today? I'm doing good. Mike's at a doctor appointment and I'm here in the car trying to do double duty by doing my live now. We're going to travel up to Big Bear and it's a gorgeous day. Hope you're all having a beautiful day. At the beach, it was 75 degrees and 70% humidity. Not great. Didn't have a good night's sleep. We don't have air conditioning. Anyway, so today is going to be Maiden Names Matter and why they are key to unlocking her story. Women's maiden names are the gateway to finding out her identity, and she can get lost. Her maiden name gives you her parents, gives you the lineage, and trying to find maiden names after they are married is kind of a treasure hunt. You go through marriage records, obituaries, census records, wills, children's birth certificates to be able to find out what that might be. People would get lost. You know, you might be, and especially when we had the 1880 census, but then the 1890 census burned up. Almost all of them throughout the United States. And so trying to find them again in 1900 was difficult. If you can get a marriage record, that's awesome. In the earlier days, you could check the families that lived in the area. Remember, the census is done by neighborhood, by streets, by addresses. So you could see who lived in the neighborhood and check out that. Perhaps that would be a way to do it. You might also check the records, ask the Historical Society, maybe even libraries that would be in that area, that city, that town, that village. I'll tell you, the East Coast has the best records. It's just amazing. Anyway, women would vanish. I mean, one minute you're Mary McGillicuddy, and the next minute you're Mary. There's 1,500 Marys, that are in that county. Taking the husband's surname, you had limited legal documentation. Women didn't own anything, made it harder to track them. Also, spelling. I've given you that example of my grandfather, my mother, her maiden name was Kate, and found her in the census under Katz. It was misspelled. The lady heard it incorrectly. And she spelled it, the German way, because that's how she heard it. So that can be a pitfall. If there's multiple marriages, I have a situation in my family where it's a male, so that's not the issue. But I can't find a divorce decree dissolving the first marriage, but I can find a marriage certificate for the second marriage for this gentleman. So I'm still searching, and that's kind of interesting. Following the paper trail. So you can trace the relationships through census records, through land deeds. But again, women didn't own land. So again, it would be the husband, and he might leave it to the wife. But if you don't have her maiden name, then that might not be able to connect the dots, so to speak. There are, and keep in mind too, death certificates are not filled out by the people that died. Bottom line, they're dead. Who fills those out? The relative that is there at the mortuary. Is that the brother, the sister, the mother, the father, the husband, the children, the nieces, the nephews? They may not have the correct information. So that could lead you down a rabbit hole too. Now you have diaries, you have daughters, and you have dowries. Now, we are talking, back when. We're not talking right now. You also have church records. You have letters. You have social columns. Now, back in the day, everybody that got married got mentioned in the local town newspaper. That is a treasure trove, because that will give you his name, perhaps his parents' name, where they're going to live or where they got married. So then you can go to the census records, because you can do census not just by name. You can do census by county, by town, and be able to get that information too. Unfortunately, because back in the day, men owned the property, women didn't own property, so they're not named in those things. But if a man died and he had a will, the women would be mentioned, whether it was the daughters, the sons, the wives, and you can find it that way. And sometimes you have to go beyond that, kind of a connect the dots, and then maybe you can put together, I mean, it's like a jigsaw puzzle. Sometimes the pieces are missing, but if you don't have too many pieces missing, you can still make a picture. You can still construct the lady's life and get a sense of what her life was like. And you'd be surprised at where you might find stories. Don't stop looking. There are brick walls. I've talked about brick walls before. That doesn't mean that you won't eventually find them. I have a couple of brick walls that I'm actually, a couple of the bricks are loose now. And that's because I didn't just keep on one path. I took other documentation. I took other softwares, and I'm looking at those too. So I'm breaking through slowly but surely. And thank you. Oh, hi Shirley, how are you doing? And thank you, Jody Lewis, for letting me know all of the stuff that you found. I mean, Jody's very enthusiastic about it too, and so she has been able to find stuff to link back into our tree that did not, I didn't know it existed, and she was able to find it. So that was really cool. I'm really excited and happy that she was able to do that and shared it with us. Anyway, I hope this helps. And if you're ever interested in starting a tree or talking about genealogy, I'm here. And I would like to devote some time to it. Again, I've told you about the rabbit holes and how it can suck the life out of you, because, you become a detective and you want to solve the problem. You want to solve the puzzle. You want to make the big picture. You want to find all the pieces. It takes time. So be patient. And hi Phoebe, how you doing? Thanks for joining me. Please watch the replay about genealogy. And I am going to put my YouTube channel, because I have transferred all of these videos from Facebook to the YouTube channel, so that it gives you guys some continuity and tips and tricks, hopefully, in doing your family tree. And I will put that link down in the comments. You guys take care. Have a wonderful Tuesday, and I'll talk to you next week. Bye-bye.